MyPillow's Cyber Symposium officially ended last week, and so far, surprised all of us, Donald Trump has not been reinstated yet. I know we just keep waiting and waiting and waiting. When's the reinstatement going to happen? It was supposed to be on Friday the 13th. What happened? What happened? Well, no, it turns out that if you were paying attention to the Cyber Symposium, you would have known that the whole thing turned out to be a complete and utter clown show. No actual evidence of Chinese tampering in the 2020 election, much less all the different conspiracy theories that were floated, including the Italy Gate or FBI Gate or whatever gate you want to come up with for people hacking into the election allegedly or something like that. And I'm sorry, the FBI Gate, that was another conspiracy that actually involved January 6th. But anyway, so now, no, like I said, no evidence at all. In fact, you had a couple of cybersecurity experts who were there that were pushing back against this. You had expert J. Kirk Wiebe, a former senior national security agency analyst and whistleblower, saying that Mike Lindell did not actually have any data sets from the election. So now the whole thing that he was hinging on was packet captures. Oh, I got the packets and I captured it and I put them in my pocket, and now I'm going to show you, but I'm actually not going to show you because it's too. They're going to come for me. They're going to attack me. The Antifa or whoever, right? I'll get to that part. But no, he didn't have the data. Nonetheless, at his cyber symposium, he had these big screens and all this, these numbers and these spreadsheet, whatever, opened up to look like code. So, of course, that wasn't the actual packet captures. That scrolling text was actually likely to meant to resemble what they might look like. Maybe. Kind of. Sure. Random letters, random numbers, an approximation of what the code might look like, but not the actual code, which, of course, he doesn't have. So now, Dennis Montgomery, his name's going to come up, right? So Dennis Montgomery, turns out, we found out that he was Lindell's data source. So now, later on, of course, Mike Lindell says, oh, Dennis Montgomery, I don't know who that guy is. Coffee boy, right? Don't know him, never heard of him. Okay, well, there's a reason for that. Turns out Montgomery was accused on multiple occasions of selling, wait for it, fraudulent data. Oops. So again, disaster. And then, of course, in order to cover up all the failure and the failure to actually present any of the receipts for his so-called packet captures, he decides that on the last day, he claimed that he was attacked by Antifa. Take a look.
Last night when I got to the hotel, I was attacked. And Bill, here we're going to talk about where we're going today in light of this. And I've been in Mexico where they were cutting my head off, and God protected me.
What? He was in Mexico getting what happened to his head? Oh, I guess it would explain things. Wow. Antifa, and then I was in Mexico getting my. Oh, okay, wow. Hey, Mike, is Antifa in the room with you right now? Were they in the room? I'm just asking. But back to his cyber experts. One of his so-called cyber experts, as I've talked about before, revealed that he could not prove Lindell's claims that the election was stolen. In fact, I referenced him before in an interview with the Washington Times. Josh Merritt explained that he could not stand behind Lindell's claim, even though he had been paid by the Pillow executive to attend last week's cyber symposium. I don't know why I emphasize that, but he said, so our team said, we're not going to say that this is legitimate if we don't have confidence in the information. He also said about the so-called data, we were handed a turd, and I had to take that turd and turn it into a diamond. And that's what I think we did. My favorite quote ever, because it doesn't matter if you polish a turd, you're just going to end up having a turd with polish on it. That's it. It's still a turd. Oh. So now, this is to get to the point of where, after this epic fail of a symposium, MyPillow decides he's going to go on Real America's Voice and start going after the that former cyber expert and say, oh, he ruined everything. He's smearing me. He's attacking me. All that stuff. And so I'm gonna show that video. But before I do, this is him going on Real America Voice and showing a taped conversation of that cybersecurity expert. Take a look.
Technically, what they did violates any NDA because they're asking me to cover up and lie about fraud. And what happened was fraud.
Now, with this Josh, now I've talked to the red team. We have a lot of great people on the red team that I hired. This Josh, he wasn't asked to cover up anything. He was asked to look into documents and do research. That's what red teams do. Now he tries to start discrediting the data. If we go to the next one, let's go to the next one here.
And then they created that cover story of Lindell being attacked and then them being hacked.
How does that help him? I mean, so what Lindell is doing is that he's airing this conversation and then trying to debunk it live by saying, don't worry, dog. What he says is not true. Believe me. Believe me. Whew. I hate to break it to you, but we don't believe you, Mike. You're airing this tape, and it does not disprove the allegations. It's just him going through and saying, no, not true, not true. When we actually know the reality. Again, every cyber expert has asked to look at the data, and he's like, no, you can't look at my super secret special data. And everyone who allegedly has tried to look at the data said that there's nothing there. This is not an actual packet capture, and you can't really tell anything from this data at all. This entire symposium was a complete joke. It doesn't help him at all. And look, understand, MyPillow's a crazy person. He's in his own little world, and in that world, everybody's against him, not because he's talking complete and utter nonsense. No. But he thinks that out of everybody in this country, the pillow guy is the only one that's got it right, the only one that's got the truth, and that it's because God is on my side, and he's protecting. Insanity. Complete and total nuttery. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.